Hello there, it's the Airplvne, and I just jumped out the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
My dog got gunned down, Lord knows that I miss him. Got a lot on my chest, all I can do is bitch it.
We got Airplvne off the porch with us today.
Peace.
How you feeling today, man?
You're on the other side of the dirt. I'm blessed.
Real talk right there, man. Appreciate you making that drive and coming to see us today, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yeah. So let's take it back, man. Chester, South Carolina. I think you're the first one from Chester. So what can you tell us about growing up in Chester?
South Carolina is South Carolina. So Chester would probably be Columbia if it had colleges, universities, and whatnot. But it's a depressing town. You know, it used to be an old mill town. The mill industry, that died. So you know what happened with a lot of families who were invested in the mill. So it's one school, one high school, you know, Walmart and liquor stores, baby. That's where I come from.
Oh, wow. So at what age would you say you jumped off the porch?
To be honest, I was 12. But on the contrary, it really don't even matter. Because at the end of the day, I mean, at the age I am now, the only cats at my age who still talking about what they did 10 years ago, they trying to validate something that they didn't get right the first time. Because if you did it right the first time, why are you still talking about 10 years later? You know.
Yeah. What college did you go to?
Benedict College, the illustrious Benedict College. Learned a lot there. Spent second half of my life there. Learned a lot of life lessons there outside of the curriculum.
Yeah. Where's that located at?
In Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay. So what'd you study there?
Business admin and marketing. It was an easy pick. I mean, I remember going through the list like, what I'm gonna pick? Cause nobody in my family went to college, you feel me? I was trying something. Like nobody said, you going to school? I was like, I'm gonna try to. I got there. I ain't know nothing about majors, minors, none of that. So they was like, what's your major gonna be? I'm like, huh? What's your major gonna be? So I'm looking at the list. I see business. I do that right there. They said marketing. Oh, marketing? How to sell something? Yeah, I do that. So it was just what I felt comfortable doing. Although I feel like it's a setup, you know, because now I'm out in the world, I apply what I learned in marketing to myself, but, you know, it's really no job out there for me. Yeah. The biggest hustle. I salute them, though. It's capitalism.
Oh, yeah. How would you describe your time there in college?
Man, I was high. So it was short. It was long. It took me 6 years to get my degree, but it was short. I didn't really take my studies serious probably like last 2 years of my collegiate career, if you will. But it's definitely much appreciated because I was on a crash course to failure. If I had never went to school, I probably wouldn't be sitting on this porch. I'd probably still be off the porch.
So when you graduated, you stayed in Columbia?
Nah, I went back home for a little bit. Tried working. I said, yeah, I'm gonna work. I wanted to relocate to Charlotte. That was really my goal, to relocate to Charlotte. I worked in the wood plant, pulling plywood off the line. That's what I was doing. I remember one night, Dad changed my position. I'm in the back. It was called the chipper room. Feel me? The wood going through. It was jamming up bad. I lost the key to my lock, all that bullshit. Then I was like, yo, I'm in debt to pull wood off the line. I quit. I quit. That night, I ain't never go back. I ain't call them. They ain't call me. I quit. Yeah.
What'd you do after that?
Management.
Okay. What were you managing?
That's too personal. That's too personal.
In what industry, though, would you say?
Food industry.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. All right, so at that point, you moved back to Columbia, or how long you been in Columbia?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And I've been there ever since.
Okay, gotcha. So how long you been making music?
Since I was 12. I've been recording since I was 12. I've been writing since I was 6. I always wrote stories and things of that nature. Poetry, I'm a poet. I like to write poems.
Yeah. Who were you listening to at first?
Pop. That was my mama's favorite rapper. Pop. My sister liked Big. You know what I mean? The first rapper I really listened to was Nas, though. Stillmatic was like the first album I listened to all the way through. That, Cameron, Come Home With Me. Them like the first 2 CDs I listened to straight through. You feel me? Because you know when you're younger, you hear music, you like, all right, these songs. This was on the radio. This was fire. But then you learn that listening to projects is a whole nother artistry. Because everybody can't put a project together that can put out a hot song. That's why a lot of artists be stuck in limbo. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm a 90s baby, so Wayne, WAP, yeah.
So at what point did you start taking music serious? And
About like 2 years ago, man, like I was in a bad place and like I was real depressed. I'm a type person. I tend to others before I tend to myself. You know what I mean? So at that point, I was pondering why I was where I was and like why I was unhappy. It was because I wasn't doing things to make me happy. You feel what I mean? Music like the only thing that make me happy other than my daughter. I just said it the other day. You feel me? It's not just the form of expression. Music is powerful, dog. Music changes the world. That's why the slaves used to sing to each other on the plantation. You know what I mean? It's a tool. I love music.
What's your thoughts on the rap game right now?
It's a game. That's one of the only things I don't like about music. That's deep. That's what I don't like about music the most. You feel me? Like outside of the artistry, outside of your talent, it's more so politics. And that's something that I'm learning as I go along. You'll think, in my eyes, good business is good business. I'm a businessman. You know what I mean? So you'll think doing good business building relationships. It don't. Some cats are really just out here for money. They're gonna suck you dry if you let them. You know what I mean? Energy leeches. And some cats, you watch cats, they fool with each other because they think, all right, if I fool with him, I be seen with him, that'll help me, and vice versa. And it's like, you don't even like him. It don't have to be personal. It's business. You know what I mean? You don't even have to front like you like him. But that's the game, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Distasteful.
How would you describe your sound or your style of music that you make?
I can't put one label on my sound. I can't put one label on my style because I change flows so much. I really take pride in that too, because I don't just rap about my past. Some things I could rap about. I don't just rap about my present. Like, my whole goal is to teach. You know what I mean? My goal is to inspire, because there are cats like me. You know what I mean? There are people who are regular people but go through things, and that's how I'm here for. I'm here as a let's say a liaison to happiness. Let's say that.
All right, let's talk about this new project, man. No Man's Land.
No Man's Land. Yeah.
So let's start with the title. Why'd you choose that?
My neighborhood is nicknamed the Island. You know what I mean? And we kind of off to ourselves. You know, I always try and pay homage to where I'm from. So I always like with my projects or with certain songs, like I'm gonna throw something in there, like either geared towards like my neighborhood or my city. But No Man's Land, it's a few meanings tied up in the title. Like, it's really a state of mind. You know what I mean? A state of isolation, a connotation of hell, if you will. And with the subject matter, there's a lot of things I'm talking about, displaying like what country we live in today. Like, we don't even know it, but we're really in spiritual warfare. So this country is it's not led by man. You know, this is no man's land. It's not really for anybody.
Yep. Can you explain the artwork? There's a lot going on in there.
Yeah, I always get down. But like the term "house on fire" is symbolic of turmoil within. Feel me? So I like that. So I was like, yeah, do that. And then the water is calming to me. Like, when I go running, I like to run on this bridge back home. You know what I mean? Because the water's there. It's very calming. And if you look at the water, it's really troubled water. But it's a saying that says, troubled water is solid ground for the righteous man. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in my life, like, you look at that picture, like, that's my life. Then you got earth you got earth in the sky, you got the sun fizzling out in the sky, you know, you see the stars falling. If you look. I like descriptive art or interpretive art, if you will. So I wanted people to be able to look at it and pull their different interpretations from it. A little mind fuck of mine. Yeah.
And this is a concept album, right?
Right.
Can you explain the concept to it?
Man, the project really is a musical.
Okay.
I told my partner, I was like, man, what you mean it's a musical? Like, it's a musical. I wanted to do something that not only had meaning to me, but I know if somebody really sat and listened, because a lot of times we sit and we hear music, but we don't listen to it. Like if you sit and you listen to the project and just let it take you versus hearing it, like, nah, that ain't what I want to hear. Oh, I hear that. That's the sound I want. Like if you just listen, it'll take you where I'm guiding you. You know what I mean? It's a journey into my mindset, a journey into where I was, where I am now, and also where the world is and why I think the way I think.
Did it take you long to come up with the concept, or?
No. It kind of was a whimsical. To be honest, I record, like I buy beats, then I record, and then when I'm getting low in beats, I buy more beats and I record. Then when I thought about what I wanted to do this year, because I haven't done nothing thus far this year, I was like, at first I was like, yeah, I'm getting 4 or 5 songs and I'll be done with it. Then I thought of the concept. I was like, I can't just do that in 4 or 5 songs. You know what I mean? It's not long enough. So yeah, I just went and did inventory. I went through my songs. I was like, damn, these mesh. And it worked. It worked.
So you didn't even record it with that concept in mind, huh? It just kind of worked out.
Because it's real. Because everything going on there is real. That's my life. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not a force something type of cat. Like if I like puzzles and shit like that, but you know, puzzles come with a picture. I can look at a picture. But if I got to force it to make it work. Relationships, anything, man, fuck all that. I abandon that.
Yeah. And it's a 2 acts to this, right?
2 acts, yeah,
Okay.
2 acts. Yeah, 2 acts.
Can you break it down, the first one and the second one?
So in Act 1, you really get to meet the character. I didn't come up with a name because it's myself. Yeah. You get to meet the character. You get to figure out why he thinks how he thinks. Like this, the first song is kind of like a summary of the whole project if you listen to it. And even though you may hear hubris or you hear pride, in reality, it's like, damn, I'll be going through these same things. Then in Act 2, you get what shaped the character we met in Act 1. You know what I mean? I like doing things backwards. Sometimes I start out, you know, putting something together this way, then I finish it up at the end. That's just the way my mind works. So I feel like it worked better that way versus creating a story like where it's a prequel, sequel, not like sequel, prequel. Like, you know what I mean? This is just not by chance. I mean, your personality. I am who I am, but also I live the life that has helped shape me. So that's what Act 2 is all about. And the ending is more so the introduction of an antagonist. You know, I give you a protagonist the entire project, but the final track, you know, that's more so about the antagonist and pose the question.
Very unique concept. Is there another album you could compare this to?
I don't want to do that because I didn't have inspiration. I don't want to do that.
Plans to shoot some music videos off of this?
I got 3 in the cut. I'm just trying to stretch them out.
Are they very vivid?
Yeah, I like I say, man, I like interpretive art. So it usually takes us a day to shoot something or a few hours or whatever. Because I shoot out my videos with Orbit Production. Like them, I know one of them since school. Then the other brother I met him, he a righteous brother, you know. So they not only take what I give them, they also be like, "Hey, Plane, you ain't thought about doing it like this?" I be like, "Motherfucker, That's why I fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? So I fool with them. I like to make different things because everything in the world we in today, like everybody's attention span is so short. So everything is cut and dry. Not a cut and dry person, man. You gotta read between the lines sometimes.
What do you want listeners to take away from this project when they get done listening to it?
That you can grow through anything. That just because you may be in a state of desertion or you feel alone, like you can grow from that. That pain is temporary. You know what I mean? That's really what I feel should come out of it. Everybody interprets everything differently though. But that's what I wanted to do, to medicate people in a tough time.
Was it therapeutic to you recording this project?
Music is therapeutic. And see, like I say, I didn't record it as a project, you know what I mean? But recording is definitely therapeutic to me because a lot of things that I would say, I don't have a problem saying what I want to say, but it's like you could deliver things a little differently to a microphone than you can to me standing on a soapbox and telling the world, like, hey, I'm sick of all this shit. Fuck all of you. You fucking crazy. But I can tell that to my microphone though, and it's cool.
Yeah. So what's the music scene like back at home right now?
There's none. There's none. There's a couple cats out there doing their thing, but I just tell everybody keep pushing, keep investing in yourself. At the end of the day, when you say back home, do you mean where I'm from? Or do you mean like South Carolina or the Carolina?
I'm back at home. Like I said, you're the first one from Chester.
Hey man, Walmart liquor store. These cats out there doing their thing, and I salute them. Yeah, but you gotta keep pushing.
Yeah,
it's no market for you there. It's nothing for you there. That's why you gotta go. Now, I ain't saying go and stay away. Give back, but you gotta go if you're trying to do anything in that lane.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think people overlook the talent in South Carolina?
I don't think they do. I think they don't know what they be looking at, if that make any sense. There's a lot of talented people like in the industry, whether music, film, the things that we hold valuable that are from South Carolina. So I wouldn't say they overlook us. I feel like they don't know what they be necessarily looking at, but it's really our fault because for decades, we did a lot of copy and pasting. We saw, oh, this work, we're gonna try this, you feel me? Like whenever a spot had their time, they were like, okay, this worked for them, we're gonna try this. But these recent years right here, I love what has happened, how people have really flourished and have embraced their own sound, well, most people.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So what has being a father taught you about life?
Man, shit. Being a daddy taught me that you can't plan nothing. It's a sense, man plans, God laughs. Feel me? Can't plan anything. Cause I tried, you know what I mean? I wanted my daughter, I had a picture painted of like, yeah, I'm gonna do this way. It ain't work out that way. That's one thing that kind of fucked me up about my life in general, because once you're a father, once you're a pops, I mean, once you got seed running around here, like, that's here, that's forefront. You know what I mean? That's forefront of your mind. So when it's made hard or the situation ain't what we consider conventional, it's like, damn, I fucked up. But I learned from that, you can't plan anything. You can try your best to, but at the end of the day, you gotta be able to adjust. I also learned from being a father, you gotta be self first. Like I can't teach my daughter anything that I haven't already grasped. You know what I mean? I can tell her this, tell her that, but at the end of the day, she gonna watch me. You know what I mean? She gonna listen, she'll hear me, but she gonna watch me. You know, the OGs just tell her, do as I say, not as I do. But at the end of the day, like yeah, we hear you, but you can't tell me don't get high, you get high. You can't tell me you go to school, like you know. So those are the two main things I learned from being a pops.
Yeah. Outside of music, what else are you into?
I like to go to flower patches and smell lilac. Nah, for real though. I like working out. You know what I mean? I'm a sports buff. Me and my cousin have a non-profit that we run back home called Project Peace. Not to be confused with the one in California. This white dude said that she wanted, is it the one that's no, motherfucker, like, cause no. But we work with young boys, you know, teaching them things like financial literacy, self-awareness, you know what I mean? Things that they're not gonna get in public school that we really need to survive out here.
Why is that important to you to kind of pass that knowledge down?
Because everything that come after us then has to come here, just like we did. So to let them wander and have to figure it out. If you had to wander and figure it out, you know how that felt. So why let the next generation do the same thing? And nothing gets better that way either. You know, we don't grow that way. We can't just think about ourselves in the singular, like we gotta think about ourselves, the collective. I say it all the time. So, yeah, gotta help these kids grow in the right way so they can avoid a lot of the fuck shit that we seen, that we did.
That's real right there. All right, what's next for you? What else is coming up?
More music, man. More music, more investments, more of me. More of me, more getting into myself. It's a great feeling, man. It's a great feeling when you finally be like, yeah, I'm doing it.
Any last words or shout outs?
Be true to yourself. Fuck everybody else. Fuck everything else.
My dog got gunned down, Lord knows that I miss him. Got a lot on my chest, all I can do is bitch it. Can't be pressed, no point in crying back to the